After the party, the loud music was still echoing in Lauren's head when she opened her eyes, blinking against the soft light flooding the room. Her mouth was dry, her head pounding like 1,000 hammers striking at once. Everything spun slowly, like a runaway carousel. She didn't recognize the room at first. White sheets, a rich, woody scent of men's cologne, a modern clock on a grey wall, minimalist artwork. Everything looked expensive, elegant, untouched. Lauren sat up slowly, feeling the sheet slide over her bare skin. She was wearing only lingerie, covered just by the light fabric. Panic rose in her throat in suffocating waves. She tried to piece together fragments from the night before, her best friend's party, the tight red dress, the high heels she had kicked off after one too many drinks. Wine, vodka, too much laughter, too much sensual dancing, disjointed images. Then she heard a low groan beside her. She turned slowly, and the shock hit her like a punch to the gut. Ethan, her ex-boyfriend's best friend, the guy she had always tried to avoid, because whenever their eyes met, it felt like the ground shook beneath her feet. A forbidden, dangerous desire she had never, ever allowed herself to act on, until now. Ethan was sleeping on his side, shirtless, the sheet strategically covering only part of his lower body. His chest and abs were sculpted, his golden skin warm, his strong jaw shadowed with the beginnings of a beard. Lauren clamped a hand over her mouth, her heart racing so fast she felt her body tremble. What did I do? Scrambled memories returned in intense flashes. His eyes locked on hers while she danced, his hot hands on her waist, a stolen kiss in the dark hallway, muffled laughter as they stumbled into this unknown room, and his touch, strong, urgent, possessive, making her lose the tight control she always prided herself on. Ethan shifted slowly, his long lashes fluttering before he opened his eyes. When he saw her, a lazy, devastating smile curved his lips. "Good morning, princess." His rough, deep voice sent shivers down every inch of Lauren's skin. She swallowed hard, pulling the sheet up in a useless attempt to hide. "Ethan," she whispered, mortified, her mind spinning. Did we... He propped himself up on one elbow, looking at her like she was a feast laid out just for him. "If you're asking if it was a dream, sorry, sweetheart." His gaze roamed over her body, burning like fire. It was very real. Lauren closed her eyes, her face flaming with shame, fear, and a desire she didn't want to name. How had she let this happen? With Ethan, of all people. But the memory of his touch, his big hands molding her curves, his hot mouth exploring her skin, the muffled moans as they clung to each other, was too vivid to deny. She bit her lip, and Ethan noticed. "You don't look very sorry," he teased, his voice a velvet caress. His scent intoxicated her. I don't know what to think," Lauren murmured, trying to retreat mentally, but her body betrayed her, warming instantly. Ethan moved closer, brushing his knuckles along her arm, triggering a shiver down her spine. "Then stop thinking," he whispered, kissing the curve of her neck. Lauren whimpered softly, unable to resist. Her mind screamed warnings, but her body was already surrendering, pulsing with expectation. Ethan pulled the sheet aside with cruel ease, revealing her black lacy lingerie. His eyes darkened with desire. "Do you have any idea what you did to me last night?" His voice was a mix of reverence and raw hunger. Lauren could only shake her head, wide-eyed. "You drove me crazy." "Still do," he murmured, trailing kisses down her shoulder, dangerously close to the curve of her breasts. She writhed, gasping. Ethan laid her back, hovering over her with his strong, hot body, but not pressing down, circling her like a hungry predator. Their lips met again, this time with full awareness. The kiss was intense, wet, desperate, as if they needed to devour each other to survive. His hands slid over her thighs, creeping up slowly, torturing her with anticipation. When he finally pushed her panties aside, he found her already wet, pulsing. Lauren clutched his shoulders tightly, moaning between kisses. Ethan touched her unhurriedly, first with teasingly light fingers, then with slow, deliberate circles that wrung soft cries and whispered pleas from her. She trembled when the first climax tore through her unexpectedly, exploding in a hot, overwhelming wave. Ethan watched her, mesmerized, as if trying to memorize every second. "I'll never get tired of seeing you like this, all mine." He quickly shed the rest of his clothes and positioned himself between her open thighs, brushing the tip of his hard length against her slick entrance. But he paused. "Tell me, Lauren," he whispered, voice rough. "Do you want me?" She didn't hesitate. "I want you." Her voice was an urgent whisper. Ethan gave a possessive smile and slowly entered her, inch by inch, filling her completely. They moaned together, the fit perfect, as if their bodies had known all along what their minds stubbornly denied. He moved inside her with a slow, savoring rhythm at first, drawing out every gasp and moan. But it didn't take long for desire to take over. His thrusts grew faster, harder, bodies slapping together, the sounds filling the room. Lauren screamed his name, lost in pleasure, scratching his back, arching to meet him deeper. "You're mine now," Ethan growled in her ear, flipping her onto her stomach and taking her again from behind, even more intensely. Lauren lost all sense of time and space, the pleasure building until a second climax shattered through her. Ethan followed soon after, groaning low, burying his face in her neck as he spilled inside her. They collapsed together on the bed, sweaty, exhausted, connected in a way that terrified and thrilled her at the same time. Lauren lay on his chest, feeling Ethan's heart pounding against her skin. He stroked her hair, drawing lazy circles on her back. "This changes everything, you know," he said, his deep voice surprisingly soft. Lauren lifted her face to meet his gaze. "Does it?" He traced her swollen lips with his thumb. "I'll never be able to look at you again without remembering, you're mine." Lauren shivered from head to toe, and deep down she knew, no matter how much fear tried to creep in, it was already too late. Between messy sheets, silent promises, and glances full of filthy and tender vows, Lauren realized, sometimes the most dangerous mistake is exactly what your heart and your body always wanted. And she had no intention of denying it anymore.